If you watched one of my last videos, you would have seen I popped down to Gentlemen of Salvage to pick up some bits for my Range Rover P38. And in amongst the cars that they had lined up ready to strip, they had this lovely Range Rover P38 that we believe is an ex-police car. And in this video, we're going to speak to Luke, who owns Gentlemen of Salvage and who owns this P38, to find out exactly what his plans are and what he's going to do to this Range Rover P38 over the upcoming months. This will be a mega project, so stay tuned to find out more. So you would have seen in the last video, we come across this lovely Range Rover P38 down at Gentlemen of Salvage. So we're joined by Luke, the face behind Gentlemen of Salvage itself. We've known each other for a little while now, haven't we, from Cars and Cuppers?
Now, yeah.
So Luke's been coming up to a few of the car events, hasn't you, in various different vehicles along the years, enjoying yourself. And then, to be fair, I don't know when I first realised that you owned Gentlemen of Salvage. I think it was that when we met at Haynes.
Yeah, about a year ago.
Yeah,
probably.
so obviously I'm big into my Land Rovers. You would have seen I've bought the P38 and stuff. And before I bought the Bordeaux, I did actually come down to here to have a look at a couple.
Three, didn't you?
Yeah. So Luke, at the time you said, oh, we've got this P38 sat in the back, and it turns out obviously it's got a cool story behind it.
It's got a bit of history. We bought it from a local farm many years ago. I mean, I'm going to say 4 years ago, but looking at what we just looked
Yeah, I
at,
think it was like 9 years ago, wasn't it?
9 years ago, possibly. So yeah, I mean, we're 99.9% sure it's an ex-Devon police vehicle.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which is cool. If we open the bonnet, we can see the special vehicle plate.
Yeah, so obviously, you bought this off someone local. They had it for a few years, and then you bought it off them 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
Whenever, yeah. I mean,
and I think they said to you at the time it was probably ex-police vehicle and stuff.
We've known the vehicle for 20 years-ish, probably. And
back when he used to get nicked in it.
The car actually broke down, and that's why we ended up buying it. So I think it may have been parked at the farm for maybe a year or so.
That's mad. And it's been here for about, what, 10 years, you reckon?
Well, probably not as long as that, but
yeah,
we've had it a long time.
That's mad. So basically, yeah, obviously when I come up to have a look at the P38s, because I went to look at a P38 in Manchester today, and I messaged you and said it was an absolute bag of bones.
Yeah.
So I come down here to have a look to see what you had, and obviously this was here where it is now, and we sort of got speaking about it, and I keep trying to get Luke to do something with it rather than it being sat up. I want to try and get you on it and get you, because obviously P38 is doing so well with content and engagement on social media at the minute. Obviously my Bordeaux's done quite well, and I feel a bit sorry for it being sat here.
Should we let the camera have a look around, see what people think about
yeah.
the project before we start talking about
yeah. So obviously, this itself, 4 litre V8. It's a manual as well, isn't it?
Manual 4 litre V8.
That's why we know it's probably more than likely the police vehicle as well, because that's what they used to fly around in, didn't they?
Yeah, there's a few telltale signs around the vehicle.
Yeah, so if we have a look inside, obviously paintwork and that, obviously it's been sat out for so long, isn't it? So it's going to be dull. There's a few different bits of like rust spots and stuff like that, isn't there?
I think it will mop up.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's going to need a lot of paint.
Because the good thing is with the P38, they don't really rust, do they? Not like underneath or anything like that.
Tiny blister here and there, but yeah, they don't rot. So
yeah, if we have a quick look inside, so it's obviously got the black trims and stuff. Interior is cloth velour, a little bit of wood trim in there and stuff. And obviously if I jump on in, so it's a manual, which is quite cool. And look, you just noticed, because we're trying to figure out, is this actually a ex-police vehicle?
So one of the telltale signs here, it's got a calibration sticker on the speedometer. I'll let you have a look at that.
Which you obviously won't normally see on a on any other car.
Police cars have to be calibrated
for speed and stuff. Yeah. So, and obviously there's a couple of different holes in the dash where you might think the light panel switch probably was.
I think light control switch, sirens and etc. may have been screwed in there, yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's a well, it's going to need a bit of work, isn't it, to say the least. The other thing that you've just noticed, because we're
earthy.
yeah, it definitely needs a decent clean and stuff. You notice on the back as well, because we're thinking if it is a police car, it would have had the stickers and that on.
We've got evidence here of possible livery.
Yeah, so where it would have gone down all the sides and stuff. Yeah. There's either a line there because obviously it's like glue or something, or they've cut into it. Yeah. So, and obviously it's got the same wheels, because obviously I'll put up a clip on the screen of another one that's just been put up on socials at the minute that I sent you the other day. I think that's at British Motor Museum or something like that. There's a fully restored one with all the stickers on it. It's got the same wheels, it's got the same interior and all that sort of stuff. And obviously they didn't make too many with a 4 litre manual, did they? Any idea what you're going to do with it?
probably get.
Well, it was going to be left here probably for a few years.
To do something with it. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll see, whether I do it or I donate it to someone.
Yeah.
To do it, but yeah, it might be worth doing.
So it's one of them. Until you get underneath and that and start figuring out what's seized out. It's like my board area, so it's been sat for so long. It's going to be seized and stuff. So it could be a fair bit of work.
The clutch and that is solid. It's going to need some love.
But it's one of them vehicles, isn't it? It'd be worth spending money on because it's probably going to be worth a few quid. It's got the history behind it.
I think so. I think. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be collectors out there that would
love something like
this.
Yeah.
Maybe not in this state. But
yeah, but all done up. Because me and Dan just obviously went up to that Brookwell's event and we come across that Disco ex-police vehicle. That was that was owned by Avon and Somerset Police, and he's done all that up, done the paint work, and he's found where was it? Oakhampton way, wasn't it? Was it Oakhampton? Was it? Yeah. So he's well, the other thing he had to go around and find all the lights and all the original stuff. So finding the lights, that might be a challenge. But it would be, if you know the right people, the thing is, you've got the right contacts
absolutely.
Within the stuff that you do. So obviously you would have seen that we just done a video at Gentlemen of Salvage where we walked around the yard, walked around the workshop, and you've seen everything being stripped. Obviously, Luke, you're the man behind that business, aren't you? So you've been doing this for a few years now.
A little while. I think I'm about 14 years in.
Yeah.
And it's just, the Land Rover world just gets bigger and bigger.
It's mental.
So yeah, no, it's interesting.
Well, especially recently, like there's a bit more community behind the Land Rovers, especially coming off the back of Defenders and stuff. There's been a bit more community behind it.
I think since COVID, the whole car community's got
really,
and like the following for different vehicles, and obviously Land Rover being one of them.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you're involved with the
Land Rovers, Devon and stuff. Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe I'll get involved in.
And I think the thing as well, people are starting to see like the older cars starting to become like not investments, because they're not making massive money, but they're definitely creeping up. Like you can buy an old Defender and you can make, do you know what I mean? That whatever you spend on servicing, you can make it back appreciating.
Yeah, I think Defender bubbles come down a little bit in the last few years, but I mean, they've still got a huge following. I mean, people just spend endless money on it. There's no limit to how much you can spend on a Defender.
It's like the P30, like you hated the P38s up until I said to Luke, I'm after a P38. This when I was over for a ball, he was like, why are you getting a P38? And now I've sort of swayed you over to the P38 world again, haven't I?
I'm warming to it. I mean, all these P38s have been sat here a long time. I just never got round to doing them. But
so what? There's one of four that you've got, isn't it? Set up.
Yes.
So you got this one. You got a couple down there because obviously I originally went to look at them back in the day, but obviously you've got loads of Land Rovers sat here all ready to be stripped down and stuff for parts and that.
It's like the waiting room, really, I would call this.
Heaven's waiting room.
There's a few. I mean, sometimes it's absolutely chocker in here,
absolutely full of Land Rovers.
There's quiet spells where we don't buy, so it thins out a little bit, and then
you can spend more time on these ones, stripping these down and getting them ready for stuff.
I mean, we've got months of work here. So
it's mad.
It's stocked up at the minute.
So basically, if anyone needs anything for their Land Rover, you've got the facilities to provide that, and you've got shelves and shelves of parts, lights, bumpers, control parts, everything. Which is pretty mad. So if you need any bits, make sure you check out Gentlemen of Salvage for that. But back to this one, we want to try and get up to some sort of standard.
We aren't being twisted.
I think the biggest thing with it is going to be seeing if it runs and that, trying to get it to run first.
To get it running is going to be fairly easy.
Right.
Everything else around is going to be more work.
What was the reason it come off the road originally? Did it not? Do you remember? Nah.
I think it broke down basically.
Right.
To what extent I don't know. I mean, worst case scenario, it's thrown an engine.
Yeah.
Best scenario is it's an electrical.
Yeah. I suppose back in them days, was it one of them things that weren't really worth much to put into? Like if you had a bit of money.
This was scrap when I bought it.
It's mad.
It was a scrap car.
So it cost you a couple £100 or whatever, a few £100. Yeah.
Now maybe it's not so scrap.
Yeah. Especially with the history behind it. Like if we can find some old photos of it back in the police force or something, and then it's obviously got that history behind it as well. It'd be worth a few quid, wouldn't it?
Trying to go back through archives really and see what
finding the right people who've got the right connections and stuff, and working out what it's all about. But I suppose then, if you want to see this car done up, drop a comment down below and let us know what you want us to do with it or want you to do with it. So I think everyone's just got to hammer you now.
Well,
everyone follow.
I think you're nominating yourself here, mate.
And everyone follow Gentlemen of Salvage on Instagram and just bully him until he gets on the road. Yeah, do the Please P38 because it will be cool to see it, especially if you can get it like back to how it was originally. Especially after seeing that Disco 1 that we seen, Dan. I think, do you know what I mean? This has got to be, yeah, you've got to do it up. You create a little museum down there full of Land Rovers and stuff, and get that in a showroom somewhere. That'd be quite nice.
We do one at a time.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think other than that, if you want to see it, if you want to see more of it, let me know, and I'll try and get Luke on it.
I'm not sure that was.
Yeah. That'd be where the smell's coming from. Because it's got the airbag suspension that as well, so it's got all that. It's not like it's on the coils or anything. So it's got everything. I wonder if it will work. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if it's in there or not. Yeah, the pipes are there.
Yeah, all the pipes there and stuff.
On air.
Good engine as well, 4 litre V8.
It was the best engine, the 4 litre.
Was it?
It was the strongest. Yeah.
I just think, imagine being a criminal back in the day and this pulls up behind you. You've got no chance, really, have you? No. Do you know what I mean? Back in them days.
No, you'd be in a 1.3.
Imagine how much it cost the tax man to pay for the police force to whip about in 4 litre V8s.
It's all in
well, us all paying tax back in the day, we was all paying it for the police to whip around in 4 litre V8s. Imagine now, there'd be uproar, wouldn't there? That's mad. But yeah, no, I think it's cool to see it, and hopefully we can see it back on the road again. I think you need to give it a good clean up and stuff and work out what's what with it.
Well,
and see if you can find the history behind it and stuff.
Let's get it rolling first, and then we can go
get it back on the road again.
See where we are. I don't think we can take, as long as the engine hasn't blown, I don't think it'll be too hard to get it running.
We need a good service, wouldn't it?
I just had a quick look through the wheels at the calipers and the...
Yeah, if they're anything like my calipers, but mine's all seized up.
Pretty brown.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's not rolled. I think...
Is it as low as mine, Dan? I think mine's like proper sat on its ass.
Yeah, yours is right down.
I don't think this is like right down. Mine's like proper sat on its ass.
It should pick up once you start.
Yeah, so it should. It probably work.
Start up, but yeah, I think
This would be a hell of a project, wouldn't it? This would be a hell of a project. Luke, you're gonna have to crack on with it, I reckon. So yeah, if you want to see some videos on it, make sure you check out Gentlemen of Salvage. Hopefully we can do a few more bits with them. Obviously, you need any bits for your Land Rover, Defenders, Discoveries, Freelanders, whatever it is really, Range Rovers, Sports, anything with a green Land Rover badge on it, they can source parts for. Other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and all that sort of stuff. And we'll see you guys and girls on the next one. Ciao.